But here we are, both our players ready to go. We've got Paolo piloting Silver's Rayleigh, Gennaro with Smoker ready to fire off. There's a fist bump, and here we go with Gennaro going first. And as we expect, that Perona search being fired off to have a look at the top 5 cards and be able to get a slash card or an event. No events there, but definitely nothing really that can be taken. Yeah, because there was a Smoker there, which isn't a slash. So yeah, not a promising start there for the search. Now we have Nami search firing off. There's definitely some targets here, as we see a couple of Sanjis in that search, and one is being taken to hand here. Another Don being rested, and we fire off another search.
Yeah, such an important searcher for this deck. To find your Luffy or your red event cards is very important, and of course, this is one of the best cards in Rayleigh's deck for sure. The Conqueror's Haki is such a strong card. That Rift from Perona was very, very, very unfortunately for him, because, yeah, of course, you don't want to riff with the searcher, but still, hand looks good. 3 Don. I see a 3-cost Sanji in hand, so there's a chance we're just going to see that 3-cost Sanji as the play. So 5k swing, go through, and for 3 Don, there's a Sanji.
Yep. Drops the Sanji, so yep. Always good. That Sanji, obviously, on your turn, does get a 3000 power boost, so it does swing for 6, and when it is KO'd, it does draw a card as well, so really useful in that sense. And we do now find that very powerful 4-cost Luffy, and we do another search now with Buggy. So Paolo really firing this off, getting all the pieces needed in hand to really set up those future turns. Starts off with a 5k swing with the leader. That is taken by Gennaro. Card added to hand. Reveals the 2 events to boost that up, and we can see a 5k swing coming through now.
Yeah, that's such a strong ability from Rayleigh. That lead ability is so strong. You need to show 2 so you need to reveal 2 events from your hand, and then you can give up to one of your characters with base power 4000 or less 2000 power for this turn. So for 1 Don and your lead ability, you can make a 2000 power character into a 5k buddy to swing into your opponent's leader if it has 5k. So super strong ability, very consistent deck also with Red Rayleigh, but with Red Green Smoker we see nearly the same. So Sanji, Kobe now, 1 Don onto Sanji, and then lead ability. If you have a character with 7000 power or more, set up to 2 of your Don cards as active. That's a very, very, very unique ability for a deck like Red and Green, but a very strong ability for this meta, because you can play out a 10 drop and still have 2 Dons left, because if you use the lead ability, you just get 2 Dons back as active. So you are playing with 12 Dons, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Can be very, very powerful indeed. And when you do the synergy with other cards like, you know, you've got Cavendish as well that you can restand 2 Don, leader ability, and then you've also got Smoker as well, haven't you, that restands. So it does really help indeed.
Absolutely. And now we see from Rayleigh one of the best cards, if not the best card in this deck, that 4-cost Monkey D. Luffy from OP12. You can reveal 2 event cards from your hand, and then you can play out a character with 3000 base power or less, and then you can give up to one of your characters or leaders 1 rested Don. And then if you have 2 attached Dons, this character gains 2000 power. What a card, and what a turn, because now big pressure is coming.
Absolutely, yeah. And that Luffy, as you say, when you've got 2 Don attached, they don't have to be attached to the same character or leader, as long as they're attached combination of 2. That does get a 2000 power boost, and that will be very useful indeed. But getting rid of the Boa now, giving 2 rested Don to the leader, attaching another Don to the Buggy, and swinging now with that Buggy. Gennaro now deciding what to do here.
Yeah, that Buggy is also going to be very important for this matchup, because it's protected from Slash attribute cards, so that red-green Smoker leader cannot KO that buggy by battling. Kobe can, yeah, with the effect or by attacking it, because Kobe doesn't have the slash attribute, obviously, but Perona also, but Red Green Smoker does have it, and also the 5-cost Smoker. So yeah, 2 cards that cannot get rid of buggy.
Yep. Radical Beam added to hand there, which will be quite useful, especially as the life falls and it becomes even more powerful. But back over to Gennaro now. Time to decide how to progress here. Will that Kobe come into play, swinging into a character and KOing another? There is ways to obviously the Sanji and that buggy that are not rested are good targets for the Kobe's effect to be able to remove, and it can swing into one of those other characters that are rested at the moment. Starts with a Perona swinging into the Nami, so that Nami now goes. Reduce the number of characters is always a thing against Rayleigh, isn't it? Because Rayleigh just spams characters wide the more done you get. And you really want to sort of minimize what you've got. So Law drops down. Leader effect, restanding 2 Don. As we were saying, that Trafalgar Law, when attacking, will give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power. So we do see swing from the Kobe into life. Was a 6k swing from leader that was countered with their event. So we're now back over to Paolo. Looks like Gennaro was really trying to pressure the life there as well as dealing with characters.
And also, that's the strongest ability that Kobe has in this deck, because on opponent's turn, this character gets 1000 power, so it's a 6k body. But Smoker ability, opponent's turn, all of your Navy or Punk Hazard type characters gains 1000 power. And of course, Kobe is a Navy character, so 7k power on opponent's turn, that's a very strong ability. And I think to get rid of him, you need to swing with a very high number, or just use your Mole Pistol and try to get rid of that Kobe, because that Kobe is going to be very dangerous for Paolo with his ready deck.
Oh, absolutely. So we see a Boa Hancock here now being dropped. Does find an event. Very powerful card indeed there.
Yeah, that's a very strong event card to feel, no doubt. That is true strength. That's a very strong card, because you can give 2 active dons to one of your Silver Rayleigh cards, and then when he attacks, your opponent cannot use blocker. So yeah, it's an unblockable event. So if your opponent is going to have 0 life, yeah, you need to be aware of that card, because a 15k or even more K swing, yeah, will come for sure for this turn to go for game. So that's very, very important to have. We also saw a blockable event in Red Zorro back in the days that was super strong with Diable Jambe, and now with Rayleigh we also have a card that is nearly the same. Now we are going to see the lead ability. Because we have 2 attached dons, it's an 8k swing, so such a huge swing. Kobe is also gone, so yeah, that looks really, really good for Rayleigh. 2 life, a lot of cards in hand, and you're not playing against a blue deck. That means you don't need to be aware of 4-cost pudding. And yeah, Smoker needs to make a huge turn now. Try to get rid of the board of Rayleigh, that Luffy on 6k, that Sanji only on 3k, so a high chance you can try to get rid of it. And that buggy, unfortunately, is going to stay on the board, because that Law and also that Red-Green Smoker leader both are slash.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that Law, when it does attack, is going to give a character minus 2,000 power during this turn. So again, it can swing 7 without any Don attached and give back down to 4,000, or make that Sanji 1,000. You probably do that minus 2,000 on the Luffy to make it an easier target to remove. 1 Don still up though for Paolo, and quite a few cards in hand as well by the looks of things.
That's right. I also see a Mole Pistol in hand, so both decks decided to play Mole Pistol. I think it's the right decision to do because it's, in my opinion, one of the best red event cards that you can play to control your opponent's board. You can give a character minus, KO a blocker instead of the character that you give minus to get rid of the blocker, and then attacking into the body that you give minus to is a very strong turn. So, and also with a deck like Smoker, this event card only costs 2 Don because you can use your lead ability, and 4 of the rested Dons that you needed to rest for Maul Pistol, are, 2 of them are going to be restanded. So yeah, that's why this deck is so strong. And now we see a Virgo Searcher to find the Punk Hazard card. Of course, Virgo is also a very important card for this deck. Now we see that Tony Chopper Blocker. That is also very important for this deck because on opponent's turn, this character gains 2000 power, so it's a 6k blocker for 4 Don and a 2k counter. But with that lead ability, because it's Punk Hazard, it's a 7k blocker. And now we see the Maul Pistol to get rid of the Luffy. And now the Law Swing into... Oh, was it into Buggy? No, it was, I think, into Sanji, but minus into Buggy.
Yeah. So... interesting that obviously the Luffy was KO'd there. Is a Buggy protected from... Would you have gone for the Buggy off the Maul Pistol, or do you think the Luffy was the right decision?
Oh, that's tough. I think Luffy was the right decision, yeah. Just to make sure that he's gone, because that's the most dangerous card for sure. And yeah, of course, Paolo needs to defend that Sanji now. Otherwise, he only have Buggy on the field. That's why, yeah, he needs to throw away 3 counters, 3 2k counters, and 1 with that, extra bonus ability that Conqueror's Haki. You can rest 1 of your Dons and then give every card of your opponent minus 1000 power for this turn. That's such a strong card.
Yep, absolutely. So swinging now, 7k with that Sanji into life. Gennaro really needs to find something here. Decides to block with the chopper. That's a big tell now for Paolo to formulate 2 events shown. That Buggy now comes up to 5000 power.
Oh,
he's going to make that 7.
And this is going through because, no counters in hand. Could be a bluff for his opponent, but no, 9k swing ends.
Not enough. Yeah, that was just too much to have to go through. He had 2 Hodies, didn't he? I think he just got the Shanks off life there as well. And not enough counter in hand to be able to deal with it. And Rayleigh gets the win over Red-Green Smoker. Just a bit too much there. And this is how fast this deck can be. Even if you've dealt with a couple of characters, you still got 2 characters on board. The ability to be able to bump the power up of those characters when they swing in is just phenomenal for Rayleigh, isn't it?